It's a great day to be alive, boys. Opening day of baseball in Tokyo. We got Eddie Barstool in the house. It's Wake Up Mintzy time. We've got a fun show planned for you today. Always a treat to catch up with Eddie. How are you this morning?
Well, nuts on Clark, Mintzy. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, man. Well, you've had a busy morning. I can't say a Tokyo baseball series. The Cubs and Dodgers, y'all had a 5 a.m. stream for opening. I guess it's opening day. I don't really know what you call it out there. I followed the game. Dodgers 4-1. Yamamoto.
Very boring game, Mintzy. 4 a.m. comes quick too. So it was an early day for us, but it was nice to see baseball back, and especially in front of the Japanese fans. They love baseball so much. It was honestly awesome.
Okay, yeah. I mean, look, it's always better when baseball's being played.
Yeah.
And the Chicago thing, I've learned seeing how y'all handle it. It's like, we're not totally out of the woods, but the weather-wise, it's kind of getting better. Baseball's starting to get played.
Sure.
I'm feeling some optimism. How was your St. Patty's Day?
It was good. Had a little Orville Redenbachers. Had a nice day doing that. And honestly, I just kind of chilled. I went out on Sunday rather than Saturday. Saturday, I'm a little aged out for that at this point. Mintzy, how about you? What did you do?
Man, I walked around the river and kind of popped around River North for a few hours, and then I came in to here and did the basketball streams. We're on the straight and narrow, clearly.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Basketball-wise, I know you got Will Wade coming on later, right?
Yeah, fun show today. We got an interview with Will Wade from McNeese. They're headed to Providence today, taking on Clemson in the NCAA tournament on Thursday. And, man, I'm going to be honest, Eddie, last week it felt like it, and this week too, it almost feels like a holiday during March Madness. There's just so much action, and we've, obviously our partnership with DraftKings. Everybody's filling out brackets. Man, it's a fun time.
Yeah, I mean, Jiffy Pop, it definitely does. I feel like it's one of those things where if you point like the sports calendar, this is definitely top 3 on everyone's list, right? It's probably my one.
You're a Saluki. Y'all had some good.
Yeah.
Were you? How were they when you were in college? Because they had a lot of great years, but maybe that was before your time.
That was before my time, unfortunately, Mintzy. But I want to care about something. Obviously, it's cool you went to an SEC school, so Ole Miss is right in the thick of things, and I wish the Salukis can be good for once, especially SIU Edwardsville is in.
I was going to say, do you just adopt them?
No, that's rivalry.
Okay.
Not really, because they're a lot small. Well, now they're bigger than us, but they're kind of like the new kid in a sense. Like Carbondale's been there a lot longer, so we don't really associate with them now.
Well, they're not going to be around very long playing Houston.
No, they're done.
Tough matchup for them. Well,
yeah, they'll be dropping a rat down their leg. That's for sure.
That's going to be tough. My question is, can they score 40 points? That Houston defense. They play defense like the Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, the Houston Cougars, they're 4-1 seeds. Houston, I feel like they're playing like fist fight games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're the most physical college defense I can ever remember.
Have you picked a champion yet? Do you know who you're
I'm leaning to Auburn, which is kind of more of a strategy to fade because going into the tournament, you got 4-1 seeds. You got Auburn, Florida, Houston, Duke. Florida is the hottest team. I mean, they ran through the SEC tourney. They look like they're playing the best. Duke's been awesome all year. Houston plays defense. I'm honestly leaning to taking Auburn just to fade everybody because when it comes to taking brackets and stuff, you kind of want to zig. Like, I feel like people aren't going to be taking Auburn because they had a really bad last couple of weeks. They lost 2 games to A&M, and then they lost overtime to Bama, and then they won 1 game in the SEC tourney. But, like, I'm of the opinion with March Madness, the conference tourney thing gets overvalued. Like, I almost feel like it's better to play 1 or 2 games. Because, like, you see, like, Auburn, for example, last year won the SEC tourney, turned around and had to play Yale on a Thursday, and they got knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, 4 games is no joke. That's a lot of miles on the tires, Mintzy.
Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts. But I want to get into some Chicago stuff with you. First of all, Cubs, and then I want to mention some Bears. Cubs-wise, I mean, obviously disappointing opener, but whatever. There's 161 more games. How you feeling about this team?
Honestly, if we don't win the division, it's a disgrace.
Really?
It's a disgrace. It really is. You look at our lineup, you look at our staff, there's no reason why we are going to be behind the Brewers again. But we said that last year, too. And then with the addition of Kyle Tucker, it just makes no sense to me. But the Brewers got that voodoo magic for some reason. They got that top secret stuff where I don't know exactly what what's going on in Milwaukee, but they seem to keep getting it done. They got some type of good cohesion over there, Mintzy.
They always got good pitching.
Yeah, for sure. They always got good pitching, for sure. But I don't know. How do you view it as an outsider? Maybe I'm too close.
I mean, I just would like to see the Cubs do well because I'm in Chicago, and I don't have like a huge allegiance up here. But I mean, I will say, I guess I pull for the Cubs more because I'm good friends with Taylor, who works for them. But yeah, I'd like to see them do well. I know it would help the city come alive. I had a blast going to Wrigley and sitting out in right field for a Friday afternoon game last year, and I'm going to try to make a few more this year.
Do you have a baseball team? Are you a Braves guy?
Not really. I mean, I just love the college and Ole Miss, but I think my allegiance up here is just going to have to be to Tim Elko when he gets called up to the White Sox because he's doing okay in spring right now. I don't know if he's going to make it out the gate. But, I mean, I'm friends with him, and I'm friends with his dad, and he won the national championship for Ole Miss, and he's a hero. So I kind of feel like my allegiance is just support him.
Well, there's certainly opportunity on the south side of Chicago, right?
I mean, there'll be plenty of good seats available.
Plenty of good seats and 121 losses. So hopefully Tim could crack the ball club and make some noise because they need any type of excitement they can get.
That's for damn sure. And then there's another Ole Miss shortstop, Jacob Gonzalez, is in spring training too. So there's
With the White Sox?
Yeah, he was the first round pick. They've been drafting a lot of Ole Miss people lately.
No shit.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Are they supposed to be good at baseball this year, Ole Miss?
Oh, we're pretty good. We're like top 20.
Okay.
Yeah, bounce back. You lost 2 out of 3 to Arkansas over the weekend. First, the SEC started over the weekend, which is huge for college baseball. But it's like March Madness is so overwhelming that it's like it just like swallows everything else. But then like once March Madness is over, college baseball, I'm gonna just bang it out huge from 3rd or 4th week of conference through Omaha from like early to mid-April to late June. It's gonna be fun. But I also want to talk. What I really want to talk to you about is this Bears off season.
Let's do it
because I think they got and I know y'all are all jaded because it's been so many bad years. And then last year everybody got so excited when you took Caleb Williams and bought in and stuff. But man, I love everything they've done. Everything. I mean, obviously starting with the Ben Johnson hire, you got one of the elite offensive minds in the NFL, the guy everybody wanted, and then you go get obviously I'm familiar with Dennis Allen because he was the Saints head coach. Look, he was a terrible head coach, but he's a damn good defensive coordinator, man. He was great. You look at those Saints teams, the back end of the Drew Brees era, they were winning 12, 13 games every year. That offense wasn't explosive at that point. Brees couldn't throw down the field. I mean, they were winning. Defense was a huge, huge part of it, and he's also great with secondary guys. He always does a good job developing the secondary. And then you look at the Bears. I think they got a great defensive coordinator, and then they finally beefed up the damn line of scrimmage and fixed the offensive line. The Grady Jarrett thing on defense, I've always thought he was awesome. I've been like, I've seen him in the NFC South being a Saints fan forever. I always thought he was an incredible player. It's always dicey when you catch a guy when he's 32, but I mean, he's super talented, and he was still good the last couple of years. Fixed the O-line. Obviously, I don't know if Keenan Allen may not be back, right?
I don't think so.
So it's good, but you still got Adunze and DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. And, I don't know, man. I'm bullish on it because I just think – think about where Jared Goff was a few years ago when, he was kind of shamed after they couldn't score in the Super Bowl. And then he gets sent to Detroit, and it was a mess. And seeing what Ben Johnson turned Jared Goff into, because, I mean, everybody used to make fun of him all the time. And then he's one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know. I got some hopes for him developing Caleb.
I mean, listen, you're right, Mintzy. A good head coach goes a long way, right? Like, look at O'Connell with the Vikings, and look what he did with Darnold. So of course, I think having a real head coach, as opposed to that disgrace Matt Eberflus, is going to make a big difference right away. You couple that with getting a few offensive linemen. Grady Jarrett, like you said, I do have my concerns. He's 32. He's played 10 full seasons in the NFL.
He's had some injuries. He's had some injuries.
Only one, really. He tore his ACL 2 years ago. But still, Father Time comes for everyone. Not saying he won't be good. And I like that he's going to kind of be rotating in with another guy, Billings, who was really good for us last year. I have concern about our edge rushers besides Sweat, the opposite side of Sweat. We signed a guy who's kind of a potential player. His name's Dio Obadeyu. I can't even pronounce his name, unfortunately, but he was from the Colts. So I have concern with that, Mintzy. That's my biggest concern. But, but I'm tired of being off-season champs.
No, I know. That's the thing. I sense this vibe in the Bears fans because y'all, especially last year when y'all got the one pick and the way that Panthers trade worked out with getting all that value with Caleb and DJ Moore. And, there was so much enthusiasm going into last year that I feel like, this year's the year you're making the good significant changes, but everybody's just so jaded from the past. But I'm all about it.
It's just time to see it, Mintzy. The fact that we went 7-10 that year, 2 years ago with Fields, then we bring Caleb in here and we get Keenan Allen. We draft Roma Dunze, and it was like, oh, we can't be. We're going to be even with that, and then we come back and we win 5 games. It was demoralizing.
Yeah, it was like literally that Commander's Hail Mary. It was like it just like ended the season.
Lost 10 straight after that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was bad.
Well, I'm feeling some enthusiasm toward it, and I'm excited. And I'm kind of curious to see what Chicago. I see the passion just living here. This is such a sports town.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, when the Bears or Cubs are good, I just can't even imagine how alive it is.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Especially, I was telling everyone in the cave today when we were watching the game, if they would have seen it during even the Blackhawks dynasty, where, playoff games on Tuesday nights and the whole city looked like it did on St. Patrick's Day, with just, not to that magnitude, but there were still people everywhere going out, and, it was always a good time. So you hope we get some semblance of that because it's been pretty dark here.
Well, with the weather getting good, I'm curious, just some Chicago stuff. I've been here a year and a half now, so I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. What, Eddie's favorite summertime activities?
Favorite summertime activities? Honestly, Mintzy, I love nothing more than sitting outside and just drinking a cold beer. And probably about a good 16 of them, to be honest with you. I know you don't indulge in that, so I'm sorry we can't bond over it, but I love to do that. And honestly, that's a main thing. It's just the weather flips, and I'm just ready to have some beers because I have like a drinking weather thing, Mintzy. I don't drink a ton in the winter.
Okay, so you kind of hibernate in the winter a little bit.
Kinda, yeah. Just not in the mood.
Do you fight seasonal depression stuff a little up here, or are you just used to it because you've been dealing with it your whole life?
Yeah, I think everyone does. I got a little more pep in my step now that it's it's starting to get dark. It's starting to get dark at like around 7. It just makes you feel better, right?
No doubt. And I just remember last year during spring, around now, everybody was like, just wait till the summer. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun, whatever. No. Dude, the Chicago summer blew me away. Yeah. With everybody on the water and the beaches and every big musical act in the world comes through here. There's festivals. Literally, you can't even keep track of how many festivals there are.
For sure. There's a fest every weekend. Street fest here, this neighborhood, that neighborhood. There's always something going on, Mintzy. I golf a lot now, so that's
nice.
That's been a nice summer hobby. So, yeah, I got some things going on.
All right. Well, up at Barstool, I know you've been busy today. How was the stream?
The stream was good. The game stunk, but the company was good, and White Sox Dave made us breakfast. That was great, too.
So he actually cooked breakfast?
He cooked breakfast. He made eggs. He made hash browns, excuse me. He made toast. Mintzy, he made sausage links and sausage patties and bacon.
Wow.
Yes. There were no
He cooked in the kitchen?
Spared. In the kitchen, yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
White Sox Dave, he'll surprise you.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a funny dude, but he's he always pulls some stuff out of.
He does, because he falls into that trap too. Everyone, people will say he's a dumb guy, and everyone gets called dumb. We're live so many hours of the day. You're gonna say
no one's ever called me dumb.
No one's ever called you dumb. You're like, but hey, big win for you. Did you see Dave said he thinks Nicky Smokes is the dumbest guy at the company?
I did see that.
Thoughts on that?
Look,
did you take that as a win?
I mean, I just always laugh when other people are taking, it's like when the eye of Sauron's on someone else,
Yeah.
No, but it's good. Well, what coming up? What's going on next for you?
So obviously I'll be tuning into that Cubs game tomorrow. I think I'm going to go to that Crown tournament, right? I think Ghost is sponsoring.
Oh, cool.
So
Vegas.
Make it out there.
Yeah, and it ends Sunday, so they're doing it Monday through Friday, and then the finals are Sunday, so it's staggered with the Final Four being Saturday, Monday. Mm-hmm. So if you get to go, you can pull off being in Vegas for the Final Four that Saturday.
That'd be sick. That'd be unbelievable, Mintzy. So, yeah, I'll be doing that. And, I think I've talked about this a lot, but I think I'm actually close. I got a documentary coming out on a 70-year-old competitive eater who entered 2 meatball eating contests. So
you were talking about bringing him in during our eating By the way, that eating competition we did a couple weeks ago.
The fry ball?
Dude, that was tough, man.
That was tough.
30, I mean, you crushed. I think both our performances, I thought, were pretty.
I mean, you had 11 Pepsi Zeros. I had 10 Pepsi Zeros.
Yeah.
We were basically Shaq and Kobe of the Pepsi
Zeros. I mean, dude, I thought we killed it. That was some of the funniest, Like I always enjoy being around you because you got a good attitude, but like you were just killed. I mean, I was laughing so hard at you because it was the Tate Fry effort was just.
Yeah, when I get a long form thing like that, I'm able to kind of cut loose and really take the top off the defense. You know what I'm saying, Mintzy?
Yeah. Well, no, I hear you. Well, I know you got a busy day. Appreciate you coming by this morning.
Hey, it's great to be here, Mintzy. Thank you for having me. I've always told you I think WUM is the best acronym at the company.
That's saying something. The acronym thing, the IG bags and the WUM.
WUM and IG bags.
Yeah, the IG bags. And it's going to be a great summer. I mean, it's going to be such a great summer.
It's going to be awesome, Mintzy.
Well, hell yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you giving us your time. And look, are y'all doing a stream for the Cubs game again tomorrow?
I don't think we are.
That was just an opening day deal.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
5 a.m., man. It was like Chicago guys, you and Titus and Big Cat.
And Nick Tarani came too. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So it was fun. But yeah, definitely, it takes a lot out of you getting up at 4. Respect to the first shift workers for sure.
Yeah, and then Barstool wise, we got first 4 stream tonight from New York. Tonight, North Carolina, San Diego State. And then I'm excited, and Moody, if you've got him, we're going to go ahead and bring in Ben Deulio on video. Moot can't sleep tonight. I am excited to be part of it, but man, I better lace my shoes up today. We're doing a thing where we're raising money for Ben's sister who is fighting cancer right now. We're doing a thing where I run miles, and like for every mile I run, it's like fundraising. It's for her, and I mean, what a cause. I mean, she's super sweet. Did some stuff for us for surviving. Ben's an awesome guy, and she's 24. Nobody should have to go through that. It's just sad, and I hope I can help that cause tonight. I don't know. I'm curious what the over-under is on my mileage tonight because I feel like I've been doing pretty good lately. I haven't gone for like a crazy long one yet, but I'm going to try to extend it tonight. I'm going to really see what I can do.
Well, you're definitely going to have more in the tank for her, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, we got that. And then, like I said, March Madness streams, going to Wrigley. They're going to Wrigley Field, their DK Wrigley Field Thursday here all weekend. I got a DraftKings trip to my old stomping ground. I'm going to see Moody. Shreveport Bossier, where I did sports radio for 4 years. We got a DraftKings Sports Social opening at Live Casino.
Awesome.
Yeah, new casino. So I'm excited to get back there and see the old mixing up with Mets fans from the old days. Get to see a lot of old buddies coming out for that. So I'm excited for a little Louisiana trip. And, yeah, I'm just upbeat. I don't know, man. I love this time of year.
I love it, Mintzy. You're the man. I appreciate you having me on. And it's always great to chop it up with you, my guy.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thanks to Eddie.
Sure.
As always, one of my favorite people at Barstool. Love doing content with him. And appreciate him stopping by this morning. And, yeah, man, all good things. Waiting on Ben here to join us. Check spam. All right, Ben, I'm trying to get Ben Deulio on here right now. Anyway, a lot of other stuff going on. Just get your mark. Oh, there's Ben. What's up, Ben? How are you doing this morning?
What's up, my guy? How we doing?
Man, doing well, dude. Great to see you, man. You're literally one of the most well-liked people in this company. And, we worked together in New York, and I always was a big fan. And I'll say this. I love that you did your bachelor party at that Ole Miss LSU game.
Greatest weekend of my life. Aside from my wedding weekend, greatest weekend of my life. I think it's safe to say, like, anything me and my friends want to do now, it's gonna start in New Orleans. We're very excited to be back.
Yeah, so y'all went. That was mid-October, and y'all stayed in New Orleans and just went to Baton Rouge for the Ole Miss that game, and then went back.
Yep. Did the whole scene. We tried to do as much as possible in that short period of time, but Baton Rouge is a different breed.
Dude, I'm convinced South Louisiana is it's not even part of the United States. Like, I mean, I've lived down there, and it's just like New Orleans and Baton Rouge and like Lafayette's like this too, where it's just a free for all. There's no rules. It's like they go, I don't know. They just are on their own speed, and they just go way faster than everybody else.
It's just a good time. It's just a good time. Everyone's looking to have a good time at all times, and it's a really, really cool vibe.
What'd you think of Death? Because you went to, I was obviously at that same Ole Miss LSU game. That was one of the games of the year in college football. On my end, got our hearts ripped out, but you got to see one of the most thrilling games in Death Valley, overtime touchdown for LSU to win. What'd you think of that? What'd you think of that? I mean, I thought the crowd that night, I've been going to games there since I was 7 years old, and I thought that was one of the wildest Saturday nights I've ever been to there.
Well, it's how you script it in your head, Mincy. Like it's one of those things where it's your bachelor party, you're there with your 14 best friends in the world, and it's like, how else could the game end? I mean, it was just like a movie script. It was really really cool. And I mean, I went to Syracuse. I grew up in Boston. Like we don't have that environment around here. So being able to really get into that and have it be a rivalry game and have it end that way was surreal. And then having to take the party bus all the way back to New Orleans and celebrating the whole time and just going nuts and STTDB all the way back.
No, dude, the neck. The neck. God, that game. Man, that game cost Ole Miss the playoffs too. I'm still upset about it. God, about that.
I apologize, but I need
no. I'm glad you had.
Party.
Yeah. I'm glad y'all had such a good time. Well, tonight we're doing a thing, and I'm excited about this. Man, your sister's super sweet. Did a lot of fun stuff working for Barstool. Everybody loves your family. Super upset to hear about it. I know she's fighting a cancer battle right now, and she's 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
God
yeah,
bless,
no,
man.
it's the worst. There's no other way to put it. It's the worst. I don't know how many people know we lost our dad unexpectedly in late December. And then, the day before my wedding, my sister was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And she, like you said, she's just the best. She's the best kid, and I know I'm her older brother, and I'm supposed to say that, but she really is such a great kid. But she's one of the toughest people I know, the toughest person I know, and she's got it. And the support has been overwhelming. It's been surreal. We can't thank everybody enough. Can't thank you enough. Just feel loved, and that's Barstool, man. That's the company Dave built. You know that. Like, it's all family. It's all love. It's all good people. And I always try to put that out while I was there, for the last 8 years, and just try to, continue to build that culture that Dave laid that foundation for.
Well, I gotta say, I admire you because, you didn't even mention when you were getting married in California. That was when the fires hit. You're getting rained on. And I feel like we all the life thing is funny. Just get a little philosophical here. But we all get involved in our day-to-day problems with small stuff, whether it be work problems or whatever. And it affects our mindsets. And then you go through some stuff like this. I mean, it just kind of puts some stuff in perspective. But how are you doing okay mentally?
Yeah, I mean, you keep positive, there's not much else you can do. You either stop and crumble or you keep it rolling, and like I said, I got a great support system. I got the best family. I got some of the best friends. I got the best coworkers. It's motivating to have that kind of type of people around you. But it's not easy, and it's a grind every day, but you got to be the big brother. You got to step up and be the man of the house. And, that's what we're trying to do. And, again, just can't thank everybody enough for all their support because it truly means the world.
Well, tonight, 8 p.m. Central, Moot Can't Sleep. We're raising money for y'all's family in this cancer battle. And, man, I got my shoes laced up, man. We're trying to do a thing where I don't know how much it's going to be per mile I run, but we're raising money for it. And so I'm gonna lay it all out. That's for sure. I'm gonna anything to help raise money for y'all's family for a good cause. I'm gonna do. So I'm real curious to see. Well, I'm real curious to see what the performance. I've been doing good. I've been going real hard the last couple months. I've done a 10K, so I know I can do 6.2. I hadn't extended it beyond that. I'm gonna try to tonight. So we'll see. And Mook's got some punishment. There's all kinds of other gimmicks with this thing. So who the hell knows? But
just don't hurt yourself. Just don't hurt yourself. That's all I'm asking. Don't overdo it.
No, I'll try not to. But how do we? So I know y'all have a GoFundMe page. I'm sure we're going to be sharing that. But I think we can raise some money tonight, man. I mean, the Stoolies, they love this stuff, and we got the best fans in the world, and they always rally for our causes. That's the culture, like you said, that Dave Portnoy's built. And so, I'm optimistic about tonight.
Best fan base in the world. I mean, this community has gotten me so much over the last decade. I signed on as a viceroy in 2016. I've been with Barstool for just about a third of my life. I believe in it wholeheartedly. Like I said, what Dave has built foundationally with the people that he's hired over the course of time. It has been phenomenal. And this is just proof of it. It's just good human after good human after good human. I mean, no one needed to retweet my tweet. No one needed to, pitch in, but that video got 1.3 million views. That's crazy, and I really can't thank everybody enough, and you running and Mook staying up and just, the ceiling, can keep going up, but we're just grateful for what we got and the friends we have and, every day that we're here.
Love that, man. That's why you're so well liked up here. Is your sister out? Is she you said she's got good attitude, doing pretty good right now?
She's got the best attitude, her running line is Kansas a bitch, but I'm a bigger one. Like it ain't taking me, so we're rolling, and she's going into her 4th treatment on Friday. And then she switches to a different form of chemotherapy 2 weeks after that. And it's all progressing well, and we're optimistic. We just got to lock in every day and keep the good fight fighting.
Love that, man. Love that, dude. That's awesome. Well, how's the New York life going for you these days?
So it's funny. She's getting treatment back in Boston. So me and my new wife have since moved back to Boston to go through chemo with Emmy. We didn't want her being alone. My mother's here, obviously, but we didn't, she needs a full support system. So we're back in Boston for the time being. Still working remote. Check out our Viceroy's buzzer beater contest dropping today.
Okay. What's that?
Working with the Viceroys. It's I don't even know what I'm supposed to say or can't say, but
fair.
If a buzzer beater hits, there's going to be some money that can potentially be won. So be on the lookout for that.
Cool.
But the Viceroy program's great. We're going to keep it rolling.
Hell yeah, man. Well, it seems like it's grown, man. Y'all have grown that so much. Like, that's such a big part of what Barstool does is our reach for the college students and those Barstool college accounts. I mean, they're huge. I mean, it's crazy how big it is, and it never fails to blow me away the reach with college students this company has. Man.
Well, and you think about the guys and girls that have come out of the program into the company. We have almost 50 people in Barstool full time that have come through the Viceroy program. Quiggs, Big T, Malasek, McCarthy, White Boy Rick. The list goes on and on.
Big Ev.
Big Ev. And it's a really Kareem. It's a really cool thing to be a part of. And it's we're just continuing to try to grow good humans and put them out in the world in the social space and continue to make a positive impact online.
Hell yeah, man. Well, that's all we can do, man. Well, I'm really pumped about tonight. Like I said, I'm going to lay it all out, and I'm really curious to see what happens with this because I feel pretty optimistic about how I'm feeling right now. So
I always have faith in you, Mintzy. When you put your heart to something, you can conquer a lot. You're the best. I always appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate it. Well, Ben, thank you for coming on this morning, and I guess hopefully you'll be on the stream tonight. We're going to raise some money. I think Mook was saying we're trying to do like $100 or $200 per mile, but I mean, I'm sure we're just going to see what the chat's doing and see what we can do. But
every cent I appreciate. So thank you so much, my man. Really can't thank you enough, and I can't wait to be back in Chicago soon. I owe you a couple drinks.
All right, can't wait to see you, man. Well, Ben Deulio, thank you for joining us this morning, and check out the Mook Can't Sleep stream tonight. Let's raise some money for Emmy.
Yes, sir.
Going all out
for
Emmy.
Appreciate you.
Going all out for Emmy tonight. But great to catch up with Ben. Always love Ben, one of the most well-liked people at Barstool. Love Eddie. Appreciate him giving some time this morning. And then also we're going to finish this thing today. Got a chance, he's on a really tight schedule because they're flying to Providence today. But I got a chance to sit down with Will Wade, head coach of McNeese State. They're a 12 seed, winners of the Southland Conference Tournament. Will's a stone-cold legend. His coaching career, I got to know him through my Louisiana ties, but, he was an assistant at Harvard, broke into coached the UT Chattanooga Moccasins when he was like in his late 20s, then went to VCU, did really well at VCU, went to LSU, had them at the top of the SEC, sent a bunch of guys to the league like Cam Thomas and Naz Reid, had some misunderstandings to cause the end of his LSU career, kind of went to coaching jail, had to sit out a year, resurfaces in Lake Charles, Louisiana at McNeese State in the Southland, and a program that's never done anything. This is the second year there. They won the Southland Conference Championship for the second year in a row, both the league and the tournament. They're 12 seed taking on Clemson on Thursday afternoon. So here's my interview with Will Wade, catching up with him. And we've got another fun interview from another NCAA tournament team for tomorrow as well. And shout out to Eddie and shout out to Ben Deulio. Join us for Moot Can't Sleep tonight. Let's raise some money. Let's have a day. And man, hey, we got NCAA tournament tonight. We got Alabama State, St. Francis, and I hate that. By the way, they need to switch the first four. They need to be all bubble teams. Like these teams that win conference tournaments shouldn't have to play a play-in game to get in the tournament. This should be like Vandy against Utah State, or whoever it should be like 4 games of bubble teams playing the way in. This penalizing these teams that win conferences. I don't know. It sits wrong with me. And honestly, people would be more interested in the games if it wasn't the small schools playing each other and it was, the bubble teams. But looking forward to first 4 tonight. We'll have some gambling picks on DraftKings. Shout out Dude Wipes as well. Amazon, Walmart, Target, all over the World Wide Web. Dude Wipes always will change your life. One of the greatest products ever. Let's drink some Stella Blue. And without further ado, here is Will Wade and myself as he gets ready for the NCAA tourney. Coach Will Wade here of the McNeese State Cowboys. Back-to-back winner of the Southland Conference Tournament. Getting ready. A number 12 seed headed to Providence, Rhode Island on Thursday. I believe an afternoon game. And fascinating matchup. Taking on your college alma mater, the 5 seed Clemson Tigers. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Happy to be back in the tournament. At least I won't be watching it at LeBears with you this year. Not that I didn't have a good time doing that a couple years ago, but happy to actually be back playing and back in the big dance. So it should be fun.
Well, yeah, I'm curious. So now that this is your second full year at McNeese, last year made the tournament, we're a 12 seed, had a tough matchup against a big Gonzaga team. But this year, what's it like? Your players now have experience playing in the tournament. This isn't a first-time thing anymore. How did that experience last year you think help for this year?
Yeah, I'm hopeful it's going to be really helpful. I think that last year we were a little bit in shell-shocked. We were a little bit just in awe. Bit when we won, and so our guys just relaxed. More than they should have, and I think this year, look, we're still certainly excited. It's a huge accomplishment. It's what we work so hard all season to accomplish. But I think our guys also understand that, hey, there's more out there ahead of us. There's more that we can do, and we need to lock in and continue to try to progress. I think there's just a different mood around it this year, which comes with having some guys who have been there, having some guys who have. Who have some experience, and having some guys that want to come back and win a game or two.
Well, okay, looking back on this season, another great year. Ran through the Southland. I watched the conference tournament, the semis, and the finals. Y'all beat Northwestern State and Lamar. Man, I texted you after this, and I'll share this on here. You and your coaching staff and players, y'all brought so much joy to that Lake Charles, Louisiana community. I mean, it has been so cool to see the atmosphere y'all's built. Obviously, Lake Charles has been rebuilding from a hurricane the last few years. How's that community relationship?
Oh, it's phenomenal, man. That's why you do it. Just the way the community's embraced us. My staff and my players and I, we need somebody to embrace us. We were kind of, we've all been a bunch of different places and been through some stuff. And the community here, has been through a lot, and that they needed somebody to come in and embrace them and say, hey, we want to be here, because we've had a lot of out migration from Lake Charles because of the hurricanes. And so we needed a lot of, they wanted somebody to come in and embrace them, and my players and I, we needed somebody to embrace us. And so it's just really been, it's been the perfect marriage, and we've been able to win some games, which certainly helps. And then now hopefully we can finish it off and finish off this season and win a couple good ones in the tournament here.
Well, y'all did a good job. I know y'all played Mississippi State and Alabama non-conference, fought really hard both games. You feel like scheduling those guys non-conference kind of got you prepared for the step up in competition here?
I hope. We'll see. That's the theory, at least. So we're gonna find out. How how well our theory works over the next on Thursday afternoon. But I think, look, we're not going to be as shell shocked as we were last year. Our league's been a lot better this year as well, which has helped prepare us for it. So I think overall we're better prepared. Now we've got to take advantage of it and see what we can do.
Well, you look at this matchup. Look, I know you're, of course, a coach, so it's about the players and everybody else, and I totally get that. But you went to Clemson undergrad. One of your assistants played for Clemson. When you saw that matchup, that bring out an emotion? I mean, that's got to be kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, I'm certainly, I certainly follow Clemson athletics. I think anybody who went to Clemson follows Clemson and is, and still is in touch. I follow their football program quite a bit closer than I do basketball, and I follow baseball some in the spring. But look, it is what it is. It's the first time I've played them. I graduated in 05, so it's the first time that I will have played them. So it's exciting. But look, once the ball tips, nobody cares about any of that sort of stuff. It's not like they're gonna, not like I'm gonna have my degree in my back pocket as we're playing. But it's a great place, special place, good people. I know a lot of people there still, and they've got a fantastic basketball program. Coach Brownell has done a great job. It's not an easy place to win at, and he's been very, very consistent over a long period of time at Clemson. And so we have a ton of respect for their program, ton of respect for their physicality, how they play, how they go about their business. And so it's going to be a very, very tough game for us.
Oh, I'm sure. Clemson, I was kind of surprised they were a 5 because, they were one of the top 2. I mean, I guess they were top 2, top 3 in the ACC. I guess they were ahead of Louisville. I actually thought they were going to be a 4. When you look at the matchup on paper, because I know so much is X's and O's with, how teams match up, how do you feel your team matches up against them?
Well, it's going to be interesting. I mean, they're huge on the front line, which is problematic for us just because we're a little quicker and smaller on the front line. So we're going to have to deal with their physicality. They've got a great guard, Hunter, first team all ACC player. So that's going to be a challenge for us, Hunter, and then the 2 bigs. And so we're going to need to play extremely well as we've played all year, and hope that they don't shoot it as well from 3 as they've shot during the season. And if we do that, we'll give ourselves a shot.
You ever been to Providence, Rhode Island? That seems like a pretty random place to get sent to.
I've been there many times. I was an assistant at Harvard.
Okay.
And so, it's not far from Boston. And we played. Brown was in our league, in the Ivy League, and then we actually played Providence at this same arena. It used to be called the Dunkin' Donuts Center. I think it's changed its name. I've been to Providence probably a dozen times. It's a really cool city, great Italian restaurants. We're going to take our guys out to eat Italian tomorrow night, one of the big time spots there. So it'll be fun.
Heck yeah, man. Well, awesome. Well, I just want to say congratulations. I know you're on like a tight schedule. I appreciate you fitting in a few minutes for me this week. When y'all hitting the road tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll hit the road tomorrow. We're getting our travel schedule today, and we'll head out tomorrow and have some fun.
Oh, man. Well, good luck, McNeese. We had our bracket busters. We do a 9 through 16 seed draft. Y'all were the 5th overall pick. So there's a lot of faith from the Barstool community in McNeese. So it's certainly going to be pulling for y'all. We had a later pick, and we got Grand Canyon like 20th. I was trying to get y'all, but what are you going to do?
That's not a bad pick.
I was thrilled. I was thrilled.
He's a good player. That's not a bad pick.
No, they won a game last year, and they fought Bama, so we'll see. But, good luck coaching Providence, McNeese State, Will Wade, and McNeese State, back-to-back Southland tournament champions. Certainly a lot of people from Louisiana pulling for you, that's for sure.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Coach Will Wade of the McNeese State Cowboys. Thanks for joining us.